Okay, let's hope it doesn't feedback. And yeah, let me just go ahead and give away one more drone because I feel like I owe that to the audience. This is the Fader. Now, this is a little drone from Trend Labs. I did do a review of this one. I have to say it's not my favorite drone, and the reason is it's kind of hard to fly. So if you are someone who is a pretty good drone pilot, then this might be a good option for you. But if you're a total beginner, I'd suggest if you try it out that you don't get too frustrated because it is a little bit difficult to fly. So that said, what was our question for number 2?
Kelly's 4th of July video.
Oh yes, the first person who can name the 4th of July video that we did will receive the Trend Labs Fader. So let's see if anybody can, let's see if, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, over here. Okay. Over, which way? Here, I'll put it right here, yes. Anybody who can name the 4th of July video, and I've got my folks over there who are looking for it right now. You have the answer, right? Anybody got it yet? No? It was the 4th of July. It was think about fireworks for a hint. Red, white, and blue. I actually called B and asked if I could borrow something from him on it. It was.
Carrie got a winner.
Yeah, who's the winner?
Jonathan Cobb.
Jonathan Cobb wins the Trend Lab Fader drone. And I have to say that the Trend Lab Fader drone is nice and small. I think you will have a good time with it. I hope you enjoy it. This is fully packed up. All the parts are here. And I only flew it one time for the review. So thank you, Jonathan Cobb. The answer was the Spark of Freedom, or Spark of Independence, yes. So if you haven't seen that video, it was 3 sparks, a red one, a white one, and a blue one. And it was quite popular. So now we're going to try and go back to B here. B, can you talk for me?
What's up?
Let's see what happens if I'm going to add your audio down here. I'm going to do one thing that's kind of crazy here and see if this works. All right, go ahead and talk for me.
I like to talk when people tell me to talk.
I think we got it now. I think I know what I was doing wrong. I might have just figured this out, folks. This would be pretty awesome if that was the case. Can you hear him? Can you guys hear B? Yeah, and you can hear me as well? We finally got it. Hey, it only took 25 minutes into the broadcast. Okay, so B, you were talking about the new law in, you said, was it California? Oh, no, Connecticut, or Boston, Massachusetts, right?
Yes. I was talking about, it's Newton, Massachusetts. This is something I brought up to Kelly a minute ago, is that there's actually, this piqued my interest. A good friend of mine, David Smith, actually sent me this article. And the article reads that there is a drone pilot defeats the city of Newton, Massachusetts. And of course, when you hear that title, you think like, oh man, it must have been because he crashed it into something or somebody tried to do something legally to them. It's like, no. This guy, Michael Singer, is one of my heroes. And the reason is because Michael Singer is a Harvard professor and also a drone enthusiast. And he found out that in Newton, Massachusetts, they had imposed an ordinance that had 4 sections to it that he did not agree with, that he thought went against what the FAA was saying, Part 107 was saying, what the recreational laws were saying to be a drone pilot. So what did he do? He contested it in court. And the big reason I'm bringing this up right now is because he won. And because he won, this sets a huge precedence when it comes to drone law across the country because, as you all may or may not know, there's plenty of local ordinances in municipalities, cities, towns. All these different places are now enacting all these drone laws to be able to say, hey, here's what drone pilots can do in our city or not, which may completely conflict with what the FAA has going on. And what this law is saying is that they can't do that. Like, the court says you cannot do that. Which is a big deal, again, because now, like, every city in the United States has to pay attention to this because if this is how it's going to hold up in all the courts, that means that they can't do a lot of things that they're trying to do right now. For example, here in Southern California, Hermosa Beach, if you want to fly a drone at Hermosa Beach, you actually have to pay to have them attach a sticker that says on the bottom of the drone that says Hermosa Beach UAV or UAS or whatever, which I thought was a risk, which I thought was horrible. And now things like that are not legal. Like you can't force a drone pilot to have to attach something to their drone that could cause their propellers and cause them to crash because you think it's the right thing to do, even though you don't know anything about drones.
So I love this because it sets a new precedent as saying that Part 107 and the recreational rules are what's supposed to be followed, and you cannot directly contradict that. Yeah, I said a lot, but I'm excited about it. So yeah.
So do you think this is going to be? You think this is going to be kind of like when they stopped people from being able to actually or not having to register for drones over a certain amount of weight?
Yeah, so like as you can, like what Kelly's referring to, everyone, is that a few months back. Well, let's take it all the way back to the Wayback Machine. Is that when the first recreational laws came out a long time ago for drones, the 0.55 to 55-pound laws saying that you could fly your drones 5 miles away from an airport, all the above. One of the rules that they had was that you had to pay $5 to the FAA to register your drone, and you also had to attach a label to your drone with the new code that they gave you, and that was the law. That law got struck down in court because that law, now this is where I get fuzzy, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm a lawyer. I am not. But what I believe happened here is that the FAA is not allowed to enforce any financial penalty upon you when enforcing laws that are not passed through Congress. So it didn't go through Congress. They can't just make stuff up and say you have to do it and pay for it. So that went to court, got struck down. You no longer actually have to register your hobbyist drones because that is now not needed. So that's what happened, and this is kind of similar to that. It's almost like the opposite, though, because, well, not an opposite. It's the same, but different, I think, because it's like we're looking at federal law both times, where it's like the federal law said one thing, and then the FAA just took it a step further, and they can't do that without it actually coming from Congress. And then the other one is FAA or the federal law says something, and a city ordinance took it further too. So that's what's similar. They're like, no, but we want this too, and they're just like, nah, you can't do that. That's not what the law says. It's going against what they said. So there it is.
All right. So, Brennan, I totally agree because I think these kind of things, it's so much fuzziness, right? People don't always understand what is the law, what is just a rule, what's a recommendation. People are going to have to get some clarity, or we just can't follow rules if there isn't any clarity around them. So, I was also a big believer in the registration thing because I feel like if you do something dumb with your drone, you should be held accountable for it. But
right.
I can understand why a lot of people didn't like that from a privacy perspective or whatever. But ultimately, my only concern is that they're going to come back with something even more harsh and more strict than what that was, because that didn't seem that bad to me.
No, I mean, I could see it going either way. Right now, drone law kind of for me feels like the Wild Wild West, and it can fall in a lot of different ways, and that's making a lot of drone companies, especially like DJI, really nervous, and they're starting to pay for lobbyists and things like that to inform all these politicians about what drones are, versus allowing fear to be able to force everyone's hand when it comes to being able to make drone laws. Which obviously we know that if you're making anything out of fear, it's not going to help anybody for the most part. So I think you're right. I think there is a risk and there is like some things to be concerned about. But I also have faith in how well the Part 107 was handled. That I think everything's going to be good. But I'm an optimist too, so grain of salt.
You are an optimist.
I'm definitely an optimist.
And you kind of have to be, because if you're gonna base your career and try to become a professional in something as new as drones, it's really something that people are still charting a course. People are still trying to figure out what the law should be. So I totally get that. Real quick, as an aside, and now that I kind of have things working, and again, thanks guys for sticking with us. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. I really did test this the other day, but I didn't test it under real world conditions, I guess. And so now that we have real world conditions, I learned a few things. I found this sticker. Actually, I didn't find it. This sticker was given to me by, it was AirHogs. AirHogs has a DR1 racing drone. And when I saw this, I immediately thought of B, because this is his catchphrase, stay fly. It would actually make a really cool t-shirt. It's the AirHogs DR, I think it's called the DR1. Everybody here, I think most people watching this are familiar with the Drone Racing League, the DRL. But there's actually another racing league called the DR1. And I didn't know about it, but it's actually sponsored by AirHogs, and the DR1 racers are part of the whole AirHogs thing. So anyway, I'm going to send this to you, B. By the way, guys, I do have a bunch of Ready Set Drone stickers right here. that I would be happy to give out to people. I was going to ask for super chats, but quite honestly, given how poorly this is going tonight, or at least the first part of it, I'm not going to ask for super chats. If you want to give a super chat, I'm all for it, and I'll certainly send you stickers. But if you just want a sticker and you're watching right now, direct message me your address, and I will send you some Ready Set Drone stickers. They're pretty cool. They're the same logo that's on the T-shirt. By the way, you can get T-shirts like this and like Droner's T-shirt. I actually was going to wear my Droner T-shirt, but I wear it so often that it was in the dirty clothes. True story. So so next time I'm going to make sure it's washed and wear my Droner T-shirt on this broadcast. But if you want a sticker, direct message me with your address and your name, and I will send you a sticker. Happy to do that. So the next thing I think on the agenda was to talk a little bit about some new tech that's come out. And B, I was going to share with you a couple things that I've tested recently. One of those things was a aftermarket battery for the Phantom 4 Pro. Well, Phantom 4, yeah. Well, no, the Jackery is a different thing. That was a big. It was called the Power Bar. But the aftermarket battery for the Phantom 4 Pro is. You didn't know about this?
No, teach me.
It's like $80, I think, for the battery, and I did a test of it. I've flown with it probably 6 or 7 times now with my Phantom 4 Pro. Have not had any problems with it. I realize people are concerned with something as important as a battery, but it was. I think it's DB Power that makes it. I'll have to check the video. Unfortunately, I had a bunch of images and stuff lined up, and when I reset everything, I lost all those. So I can't tell you exactly who makes the. But I think it is DB Power. But it's a Phantom 4 Pro / Phantom 4 battery. It is about probably 2/3 the cost of one from DJI, and it takes firmware updates because I did have to do an update on the firmware, and it did a battery firmware update, no problem. It seems to work just like a regular one. So that's one thing. If you're looking for a more inexpensive battery, I probably wouldn't use it if you're flying way out at sea. But the other one I was going to talk about was the Jackery Power Bar. The Jackery Power Bar is a big brick. It is a 20,000 milliamp hour battery. And what's cool about it is it has 3 USB ports, 1 USB-C, and then 2 regular USBs that are fast charges. And then it has an AC plug on one side. The AC plug is a 110 outlet. And I have charged multiple Spark batteries, my Spark remote, my DJI goggles, and my DJI Mavic batteries all on this thing. Now, that was 2 charges worth, but it cranks out a ton. It'll also charge your laptop in the field. So worth checking out.
Charge that thing up.
The Jackery, I only let it charge overnight. So I don't know if it was, it could have been 3 hours, it could have been 8 hours. But I plugged it in at night with USB-C. It charged up overnight at 100%, and then it's 20,500 milliamp hours. Yeah, milliamp hours is a lot. Most drone batteries, like what would you say a Mavic is? Probably like 3,000 milliamp hours.
I wish I had nerdy. I do not know.
I think the Phantom batteries, their 4S batteries, are like 4,000 milliamp hours. Anyway, it's a really great thing. So I was curious, B, if you've seen any cool new tech, anything that you've been playing with lately that is let me guess. That's a Phantom 4?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 5,300.
You're super close. 5,350.
Wow.
Super close.
That's how nerdy I am. All right. So anyway, the Power Bar is actually something that's in Indiegogo right now. I have a link to the Indiegogo, and once they come out with it, I think if you donate, you can get it for like half price or something. So I don't know. I was pretty impressed because there's a lot of times I go out in the field and there's something dead, and I wish I had a charger for it. So that said, how about if we give away this drone, and then guys, we've still got the giveaway later, which is going to be for the Bugs2. Now, the Bugs2 giveaway is sponsored by GearBest. I got to say thank you to Adam at GearBest. He's been great to work with. He found me when I had about 1,000 subscribers and has been a great partner since then, and that's been about 2 years now that he's been supplying me with stuff. As a matter of fact, this came from GearBest. I think all of these came from GearBest. This is actually called the Phantom Cow, the mini Sky Phantom from Happy Cow. That's right. So this is a little square box fan drone. It lives in the remote control, and it's actually pretty fun to fly indoors. And because it's completely encased in a box fan, there's no way you can crash it. Now, I'm trying to remember what our third question was. Moderators, what was our third question? Evan,
Who won ping pong?
Oh, so somebody should get this really quickly. Who won ping pong when B was in Austin and we played ping pong? If you can tell us who crushed the other person, actually didn't quite crush, but
Didn't quite what?
not in the first game, then you'll be the winner. So we're waiting. I know there's a little bit of a delay. We're waiting to see who is going to win this thing. And you know, one of the other things I really like about this guy is you can land it just about anywhere. I was able to almost land this on a ceiling fan blade in my house. I took it up. The fan wasn't turning, but you know, I kept trying, and because it's got so much protection around it, it didn't. You know, every time it would hit it.
Droner Mike won.
Droner Mike wins the Happy Cow from Mini Sky Phantom. So, Droner Mike, direct message me your address, and I will send this to you. So he said that Kelly won ping pong, right? Oh, okay. Apparently, there's this. You know what I call that? Fake news, people. That's fake news.
Alternative facts.
Alternative facts. All right.
He said Kelly won, right?
No, he knows the truth.
Just for the record, everybody, that was the one time when I was down in Texas that I feel that there was that Kelly was. We had a great time. I was down there. We had a really good time. It was all great. But Kelly did have a little bit of pride in his table tennis game. He did. He used to, I think.
I used to. It's long since gone. Yeah. So, and here's what's really funny about it is I had no idea that B was a semi-pro table tennis player, and they're staying at the Domain, which is this little area right around the corner. Him and Tony. And I'm like, hey, we should go down. There's this little restaurant bar place around called Punch Bowl Social. We should go over there, you know, get some dinner. And I think they have table tennis. And he didn't even, you know, he didn't let on at all. He's like, yeah, okay, that sounds all right. And then we go down there, and I go and rent you have to give him your driver's license and get the paddle. And the place was packed, so we had to kind of play around people. And first game, I guess he was playing, you know, probably what? 80%, 70% of the normal?
I was playing with my left hand the first game.
Oh, okay. Were you really?
Yeah.
And then he just crushed me. So it was a good time. I'm brushing up though. I'm gonna get better. I promise.
No, you're pretty good though. Like you're pretty good. You're better than most that like I get a lot of challenges. People just think they can just you don't look like you can play. I'm like, well, when I was a kid, I played competitive, so we can do this if you want. But I do have thing for you if we can talk about it. Because,
yeah, let's go.
And Kim brought it up. You were talking about some like gadgets and new drone stuff that's going on. I actually just did a Droner News video on my last one that came out. Well, that's actually came out yesterday. It came out today. I was talking about the Parrot Bebop 2, the updates to it. Have you heard about this?
I have seen. It's funny actually. I got this email from a guy named Keith, and I think he thought he was emailing Dustin Dunhill. Do you know who Dustin Dunhill is? He's another drone guy. And anyway, he's like, Dustin, I can't wait. I heard you got a Parrot Bebop 2, and I have a bunch of questions, and blah-da-da-da. And I just emailed him back and said, I've never flown one, but now I know someone who has. So please continue.
Yeah, I mean, no, I haven't flown one yet. But no, I just saw they just released like the press release for it. It's the Bebop 2 Power, which to me is pretty interesting. It looks like they're going straight at the Mavic, because like they're doing a little bit of tricky advertising. They're calling it that it has like an hour-long flight time. But I guess it's kind of like a half-truth, because what they're doing is, first of all, their battery, each one of the batteries for this is 30 minutes, which we both know is an impressive amount of time for a drone to be in the air. Yeah, that's a great amount of time. But when you buy this, what the real benefit of it is that it comes with so many things, which you get 2 batteries, each of them 30 minutes, so I guess it's an hour flight time. You also get their new headset that comes with it, the flight controller. You know, like, you get literally everything to do first-person view flying. And the footage from the drone looks good. The only thing is that it's not like, I think they're going at the Spark, not the Mavic. I apologize. Let me bring that back.
Okay,
they're going at the Spark. because there's no way it can compete with the Mavic. But it can compete with the Spark pretty well because the price point is lower than the Spark, and you get more. You get 2 batteries with it. You get, like I said, the goggles. You get the flight controller that looks like an Xbox controller. It looks like this.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have an Xbox controller sitting here on my desk. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting because it's only $599 for all.
And is it out? Can you buy it now?
I don't think so. That's something I should know, but I don't.
Wow.
I don't think it's out yet. I think like what I have is the press release. Like the day that they sent it out, I got a press release saying they're releasing it. So if it's not out now, it'll be out really, really soon. And I'm super excited because it looks really dope. I want to play
the Parrot Bebop 2 Power is what it's called.
Yes.
Okay. No, that sounds awesome. I've never flown a Bebop, and I've done a couple of top 10 drone lists, and everybody always says that the Bebop is one that I should consider, but I've never flown one, so I haven't been able to say if they're great or not. But that's awesome. That's let me know if you get one. I will let you in on a little secret. I do have something headed my way in 3 days, I think. It's supposed to ship on the 2 days, on the 25th. Today's the 23rd, right? Yeah. I am, and I know I'm going to get a lot of grief. Like, why the heck are you getting this? But I'm doing it with my affiliate points. I'm getting a Mavic Platinum. So
you're getting one of those.
I am. I'm super excited to try it out against the regular Mavic. I've got to find some sort of device, and I got to think there's like a phone app or something that would allow you to listen to the decibels, to see what the sound difference is between the regular Mavic and the Mavic Platinum. But yeah, I should have it in a couple of days. I'm going to see if the props are interchangeable. I'm going to do a whole comparison of it. So, here's what I think about that, because I know a lot of people were giving DJI grief for coming out with the Obsidian Phantom. Is it the Obsidian? What was it? The
Phantom 4 Pro Obsidian.
Yeah. So first of all, I actually think that color is really cool looking. I mean, it's going to be way easier to see than white, don't you think?
No, I agree. Like, that's one of my biggest beefs with the DJI, with the Phantom series, is that like white against clouds.
Yeah, it doesn't work very well.
No, it doesn't.
But here's the thing with that is, they should have just released them at the same time. They should have just had you could buy it either in white or Obsidian. Like Apple does with their phones. That's one thing. But then here's my thought on the Platinum is that if you don't own a Mavic and you're thinking about getting one, spend the extra $100 and get the 3 minutes of extra flight time and sound, or don't. That's what I want to do the comparison to say is it worth a little bit extra? Obviously, for people who already own a Mavic, I don't think it's worth it. And I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't have some affiliate points that I could use to buy it. But by the way, if people out there are DJI fans and they have a social media presence, the DJI affiliate program is actually pretty good. You get 5% commission on anything you sell. Did you join it, Pete?
Yeah.
Of
course. Definitely.
And like, I don't sell stuff that often, but when I do, it's like a pretty good. It's like $20-$40 at a chunk versus other affiliate programs. By the way, did you join the contest? The
GearBest one or the
the DJI one? Yeah.
I did not join the DJI one.
Oh, I told you about it a while back. It ends October 5th. If you are part of the DJI forum, I've got a contest video out there, and I'm supposed to find out October 5th whether, who won. It was basically my footage from Norway and the Ozarks and upstate New York and Moab, all the places I went this summer. So it was fun. It was cool putting it together. So all of that said, do we have any questions from the audience? Anything interesting over there, guys, that you can see?
I'm watching it. A lot of people are asking about, which I know we don't know, but I'm just going to address it anyway. They're saying, oh, man, we're hearing some new DJI drones coming out. What do you guys know about that? I mean, if anybody knows more than me, it's Kelly. But
I don't in this case. And if I did, I couldn't say because you're
Exactly.
under a pretty strict NDA when you. I did have an opportunity to get a Spark early, which was really awesome. But if I did know anything, I couldn't talk about it, unfortunately, or else I'd never get an early drone again. Believe me, it was hard to bite my tongue about the Spark when I had one, and
I was hurt. I was so hurt. I took it slightly personally.
Well, dude, had to keep it zipped. You know, you make the promise. Anyway, any other questions? So no, other than hopefully having that Mavic Platinum in the next couple days, so I can do some videos with it. That's really all my latest DJI news.
Ken is hilarious. He asked what kind of watch I'm wearing. This is a Fitbit Blaze. Ken Heron asked me what this is. It's and it also does can't do it. Yeah, there you go, Ken. It just tells me all my heart rate and everything, and it makes it so, and I can tap and do stuff. So yeah.
So by the way, just real quick, I got a shout out to Ken Heron. He has been so supportive and helpful, and the three of us, it's been great for all of us kind of working together in this drone thing, because B reached out to me a while back, and then Ken and I had kind of emailed back and forth. But it's been so nice getting to know these guys and having them watching their shows, being on, having them on this show, etc. Ken was actually really helpful in us just now figuring out Wirecast. Honestly, his little recommendation is what saved the show, because I was about ready to just tip this table over and walk out the door. Frustrated with myself. So please, if you haven't checked out Ken Heron's channel, if you like some good, clean drone fun and somebody with a lot of wit and a lot of production value, Ken's a great guy.
He's so funny. I was going to say, I don't know about Wirecast that well yet. I'm going to learn like you guys. I'm learning from both of you. I'm going to ask Ken too on this one. Can we do a Wirecast with all three of us in one show? That's what I want to know.
I think we can. I think Ken can. I don't think I can. I couldn't even do.
Like as of today, you think I can do it, friend?
You know what though? This is how you learn, right? Is sometimes you just gotta go.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, so if you don't know how to direct message on YouTube, all you do is go to my channel, and then go to About, and then there should be. Actually, the easiest thing to do is just go to my channel, go to About, and if you can't leave a direct message, you can actually just go to my email and email me. The reason I prefer a direct message is then I know who you are, who you say you are. If you direct message me, I see your name. So, B, any thoughts on how to direct message? I don't want to I don't want to open up my computer right now because well, you know what? I bet I could. Well, no. I'm afraid I'll lose. I'm afraid I'll screw something up if I open it up right now. So
for the winners you're talking about?
Yeah, for the winners if they want a direct message.
Oh man, just have them send you a direct message on. Well, I guess that doesn't work. I was gonna say on your Instagram, because your Instagram is lit. I love your Instagram.
Oh well, that is. My daughter says thank you. She's been really pushing me on it to do those cool things.
Does a really good job. My Instagram needs to take notes.
All right. Well, one other thing, guys, if you don't follow us on Instagram or on Twitter or on Facebook, we'd appreciate some more folks watching us on those venues. YouTube is great, but I realize that there's other ways to communicate, and B's got an awesome Instagram channel, and actually Ken Heron does as well. So if you don't follow us on those places, I strongly encourage you to check it out. I was also just going to say real quick, I wanted to do one more little plug.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to ask questions? All right, first one, what is the Spark waterproof case?
So we tested this. We actually dunked it underwater. It's a foam case for the Spark, and Tate and I took a hose to it. We sprayed it. We dunked it. We did all kinds of stuff to it, and it was mostly waterproof. If you put it underwater, and we held it underwater for I think 15 seconds, it actually did leak just a little bit in one corner. So I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but it's definitely water resistant. When we sprayed stuff on it, and the way we tested is we put tissues inside of it. So there's a link to it on my channel. So if you're interested in it, I was also going to just real quick do a shameless plug for cool drone T-shirts. If you are looking for something for the holidays, we have Drone Racer, which is like Speed Racer, which some of you youngsters might not know who that is. But Speed Racer was back in the day was the man. He drove the Mach 5. Only this one's driving a drone. We have Drone Vader. We have Ready Set Drone.
Like this. And everything has to be very fast. If you do speed racer, you have to duck like this.
Yeah. Well, it was all sort of poorly translated from Japanese or something, right? It's kind of an anime thing. Anyway, for sure, if you're looking for a good gift, DRONR T-shirts. Ken Heron doesn't have T-shirts, so shame on him.
Yeah, why does Ken have T-shirts?
I don't know. I'd wear that. But there you go. If you're looking for something cool, I would encourage that. And finally, before we wrap it up, because we're coming up on an hour, and I wanted to make sure we did this, is I want to announce the winner of the Bugs2. Now, the Bugs2 was provided by GearBest, and I will say that we appreciate GearBest doing that for us and allowing us to check out the Bugs2. Have you flown one yet, B?
I have not.
The Bugs2 is a pretty cool drone. It's got GPS, it's brushless, it's got a 1080 camera. It's actually got really, really good Wi-Fi to your phone. It will go, I think I was able to go almost a kilometer away before it started to break out. Now it says it goes 2 kilometers, which it didn't, but most Wi-Fi drones, when you fly, just the ones that are kind of more toy drones that talk to your phone or send a signal to your phone, you lose those pretty quickly, right? A couple of 100 yards and you're done. But this one went almost a whole kilometer away.
That's impressive.
Anyway,
I would like to put a side note up, is that Ken Heron has donated a significant amount of money to our podcast, to our live cast today.
Has he really?
He really has. He's been
Ken Heron.
$30 right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, he did 20 like 2 separate $5 ones, and he's just like, nobody's going to say anything? Nobody's going to say anything?
Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm actually looking at Wirecast. That's another thing I need to do, is I'm looking at Wirecast and I'm not looking at the chat. Dude, I've got so much to learn about this whole thing. Ugh.
So much to learn.
Thank you, Ken.
You got to do the 2 computers thing. You got to have 2 computers up, one for Wirecast, one for watching it.
That's probably a good idea for next time. Believe me, I will do my homework. So thank you, Ken. Appreciate that. And now if I was Ken Heron, I'd have a cool drum roll or something, but I don't. For the winner of the Bugs2, sponsored by GearBest, what you had to do to win this, to enter, was you had to just basically watch the contest video, the 50,000 subscriber video, and then you had to comment, and you had to be a subscriber, and also like. And this guy did all those things, and his name is Gavin Madhawa. Gavin Madhawa. Gavin looks like, you can see he's got a picture on his, this came straight off his YouTube channel. He looks like he does some gaming videos. Doesn't look like he's too active on YouTube, but he is now the owner of a Bugs2. So Gavin, please. Congrats to you. Please direct message me. If you can't figure out how to do that, just leave a comment in the video, and I will. I don't know if he's watching. Is he watching?
No.
If you're watching, say something right now, or say something in the chat. But if you're not watching, I'm going to give you a week to reach out to me. And if he doesn't reach out to me in a week, I'm going to give it to somebody else. I'll figure out a way to do that. So, all of that said, guys, B, I really appreciate you being here and sticking with me through all this challenge and all this mess.
We're here to grow together.
Yes, we learned a lot. I appreciate my crew here. Yeah, there's just a delay. It'll be there in a second. Who is helping me with moderation, with live tweeting, with live Instagramming. Hopefully they were only doing the good parts and not the Kelly's sinking and failing parts. But it's really been fun. Thanks to everybody who watched. Thanks to everybody who subscribes. I promise this will get better. If you don't watch DRONR, go subscribe right now. B's got so much great news out there and is always teaching things. If you don't watch Ken Heron, go out and subscribe. And I also have some really awesome fans that comment on a lot of things. Alan Savage, Big Droner 77, Big Drone Flyer 77, Turtle Gaming HD, all you guys, Diego Baca. I appreciate you guys always putting in some positive comments when we publish. So I think that's it. B, you got any other closing thoughts before we call it a night?
I want to shout out Big Drone Flyer 77 too. Squidbag Gaming is going hard in the comments right now, so mad love to him. And Alan Savage, who I see in my comments all the time too. I'm a big fan of Alan. And yeah, shout out to Alan Savage. So other than that, thank you so much, sir, for bringing me on again. I always love hanging out with you.
Dude, it was the last half hour was fantastic. The first half hour, I think I literally like you couldn't see it, but this shirt. Part of why I like this shirt is it hides the sweat because I was sweating pretty hard, and it's not even hot in here.
It's wicking it away.
Yeah, it's wicking away the moisture. Anyway, guys, fly safe, stay cool. Well, no, what should they stay?
And stay fly.
Stay fly, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Now I got to figure out how to turn this off.